Hi, are you letting your lower self taking over so that you are afraid or you're in fear of building an online presence? So I've got a lot of questions over the last couple of days as regards like how do I build an online presence on my Facebook account. And some of you might wonder what I have been doing in the last 5, 6 years to build a raving fans followers of my own to help me increase my leverage so as to enable me to spread my message to many people. So I recall when I first started my first video, and that was on March 12th, 2012. And I still remember the date when I was holding my phone. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? And what am I going to talk about on the video? And I still remember that video, which I still keep it on my another phone. That was like a 1 minute video. So as time goes by, you notice that even though my English is not my first language, I'm so comfortable of doing this video. I'm so comfortable to doing this by sharing with you three tips, very simple 3 tips that enable you to understand the importance of building an online presence. Now, let me ask you this question. How many of you have this fear, and this fear about I don't know what I'm going to look like. I don't know what I'm going to be judged because I'm so concerned about other people's opinion. So if you think that this is going to be the questions that prevents you from doing any videos online, then let it stop. Because you know what? Whether you do it or not, you will still be judged by anyone, isn't it? So my question for you is that are you going to let that lower self take over you so so as it prevents you from building an online presence? So please stop it. Okay, so you can just say stop. Done. Number 2, how many of you also don't know what you're going to say? Let's say someone asks you to do a video and you're saying, okay, now I'm going to do it. And I don't have any idea what I'm going to talk about. Okay, so that is another very interesting lower self-talk. Why? Because is it true that you have to plan what you're going to say rather than looking online and be stupid? Yes, on one hand, if you are going to be judged by anybody, you may look stupid. However, without planning what you're going to do, without planning what you're going to talk about, or your message isn't clear, isn't it true that it is a waste of time to do a video? So it's very important to understand that it is true for me too. So whenever I'm wanting to do a Facebook Live, I want to make sure what I'm going to talk about. So I've already got a clear outline as regards what I'm going to say, what is the message to share with you so that you understand what I'm talking about so that you and I won't waste each other's time. Number 3, language. You know what? Sometimes I've watched some videos by other people, and the very first thing they say is that, you know what? I'm so sorry to do this video, and you know what? My English is not my first language, and I'm not sure if I'm able to speak properly. Stop. Why? Because English is not my first language. My first language is still Cantonese, and I'm still proud of that. Even though you may hear I've got accent, which is good because that helps me to have a conversation with other people in case they ask, Jack, it doesn't sound like you don't sound like you are from Singapore because your accent is not here. Well, I'm very proud to say that, well, my accent suggests that I'm not born in Singapore because I was from Hong Kong and I have been here in Singapore for so many years. And you know what? That's actually a way for me to build rapport with some people in case they ask. And some people would even laugh at me and say, hey, your Hong Kong accent is so funny. Well, I'm also laughing out loud. Why? Because that's how we build rapport too. So you see, you're so afraid of being judged. Okay? You have no idea what you're talking about. And number 3, you claim that your English is not your first language. You know what? Practice makes what? Practice makes improvement? No. Practice makes permanence. And many times I've got people asking me, so what do I do? What should I do on video? What should I do on Facebook Live? I'm saying that, well, just go and do it so that you are able to get good at that. You're able to practice more, gain experience, make mistakes. And for those people, if English is not your first language, do you notice that in the last few minutes, I make mistakes too? And you know what? I don't care. I will just keep on going and going and going. So 3 things that can take you out from building an online presence. Your voice suggested that you are afraid of being judged. Number 1. Number 2, you have no idea what you could say. Number 3, your English competency. Or you may actually do a video, you may do a live video using your own language. I mean, if your audiences can understand, of course, why not? So 3 things that will prevent you from building an online presence. Okay, now let's go to the crux of this Facebook Live. What are you going to do on your Facebook? What are you going to do on your LinkedIn? What are you going to do on your Instagram? Everything needs to be strategic. So for example, in my Facebook Live right now, what I'm sharing with you are the things that I'm doing on my Facebook profile. Now, you must understand this. Facebook keeps changing the algorithm, and that actually is a very sickening point. Because at one time, a few years back, I've decided to migrate all my contents to the Facebook page. And you know what? Mark Zuckerberg on January 11th said that because of the trust, the intimacy, so you know what? Unless you want to pay for the content to grow under the Facebook page, you should go back to the Facebook personal profile. So you see that there are many people who are now doing a lot of Facebook Live on the personal profile. Now, I've never subscribed to that theory. The reason is simple. Imagine you are doing a Facebook Live on your personal profile. Number 1, it cannot be boosted. If you want to boost it, you can't. Number 2, you'll be disappearing very soon. And you know what? You can't really keep track of what you have done in the past years. So for me, if I'm doing a Facebook Live on my personal page, you know what happened on my business page? You know what? I can easily search the video as anywhere as I want to. Because there is a section called videos. I can actually pull the video out. I can repurpose it. I can repurpose it in terms of articles, blog posts, or put it on YouTube, etc., etc. So there are many reasons why I insist on doing Facebook Live or any video on Facebook page. And that is a very clear reason. Okay, now, second thing you need to know. So when you do a Facebook Live, it is important to understand that your message must be consistent. And what I mean by consistent as in, say for example, in the month of June, my Facebook profile has always been asking people about leadership questions. So the theme of June 2018 is all about leadership. The theme that I'm going to put in July, which I've already done some posts prior to even arriving in July, because I always plan ahead what I'm going to say. So what happened is July, I'm going back to sales and closing. So you begin to see that a theme that's going to surface on my Facebook personal profile about things like sales, about like closing, etc., etc. And you know what? I'm also planning, although it is like in Facebook Live, in July 2018, I'm considering seriously in this week, I'm going to think about whether I will start putting up videos on IG, Instagram TV, because I've seen people like Peng Jun, I've seen people like Grant Cardone, even Kevin Harrington has already started their IGTV. So I want to ride on this wave as well. So the beautiful thing about IGTV is that you can build a TV channel on Instagram. In the past, before IGTV, you can only do a video of up to 1 minute. How long, please? Yes, 1 minute. And no IGTV, you can actually do a very nice video, 5 minutes. I've even seen Peng Jun's video for 10 minutes. So, oh my God, so you actually can do IGTV, build a TV channel on IG platform. So you see the point is that before you even talk about IGTV, Facebook Live, you are afraid of building an online presence. You don't know what's going on, and you may not be so sure what you're going to do. You see, there are people already moving like 21 steps ahead. So guys, if you want to build an online presence, the guys who are already on the top of the ladder, on internet marketer, they're already doing IGTV. And you know what? IGTV was just spawned a couple of days ago. So you must catch up. You must be able to get yourself out of this fear so that you start doing once, twice. And you see that I've been talking about for how long? I have no idea. I'm about to board the plane, by the way. I'm now in Changi Airport. I'm going to KL. And I'm saying to you that I've been talking for like 10 minutes. I'm still doing it. So why do you think that I'm able to do that? Well, you know what? Practice makes what? That's right. Practice makes permanence. Okay. So the final thing that I would like to share with you before I shut down the computer and board the plane is that if you still are fearful, if you still have concern about what you are going to do, and get used to it. Now, if you see that I'm doing a Facebook Live right now, because I'm using my laptop, it's very easy that my hands are actually quite free. So that helps. Imagine you're using you are using a mobile phone to do a Facebook Live selfie. That can be tough. So what I would recommend you to do is that get comfortable by using a laptop to start doing a video, so that you use a hand movement to help you release your fear. And that will help you ease your stress out as well. So that's one thing that I can do. And number two, do you notice that I'm actually watching the camera? Now, I'm not actually watching directly at the camera. I'm actually seeing through behind from the tips of some of my friends like Jason Everett, Justin Teo, who are the online video marketing gurus of the planet. They actually taught me a lesson whereby I'm actually seeing through the camera. I'm not looking at the screen, because by doing this, you know what? I'm actually looking down on you. So if I'm seeing through the screen, imagine the person behind the camera, I'm actually having a conversation with you. So you know what? There's actually nothing you have to be afraid of. If you think that doing video is tough, think about me as a podcaster, speaking directly at the mic for 15 minutes to do my podcast show. I have to imagine a person in front of me and have a conversation with that imaginary person. Podcasting is even tough. So guys, if you are afraid of doing any videos, Facebook Live, or anything of that sort, and build your online presence, I want you to do this in July. Make a decision for yourself. And thank you, Dylan. I hope that you enjoy your overseas trip. And a nice picture that you posted. Congratulations. And for people who are so afraid, make a decision right now in July. Make a decision right now in July. Start building up your profile, your fans. Because a lot of people actually ask, how do I do that? Well, you know what? It's always frequency of interaction, repetition, and frequency. You see the word frequency appear twice. So you just have to do it. Okay? So I need to board the plane now. I'm going to Kuala Lumpur. And if you have any questions, comment, feel free to drop it on your comment section. If I can see, I will. I'm also going to share this Facebook Live back to my personal page, personal profile, so that I can get more people coming. You see that I don't do videos very often, because there's actually nothing much I want to do, because I focus a lot on podcasting. But since that people who are very afraid of doing videos, and they say, well, this is my first time doing videos, and I'm so tense, so anxious, so nervous. I'm telling you that I was at your stage back in 2012. And you know what? When you have done that, everything, when you look from present back to the past, you are just laughing out loud. All right? So I'm sharing with you this experience. I'm sharing with you this experience that I have since 2012 that helps you help you ease the stress. And feel proud of doing a Facebook Live, because Facebook just like people to do videos. All right. So thanks very much for watching. Jack Wong here. I'm signing off, and best wishes. Oh, remember, if you like this video, comment below. If you have questions, do it. More importantly, I'm going to share this video back to my personal profile and look forward to interacting with you. If you are not on my page yet, and yet you are on my friends or friends of friends on my personal profile. Best wishes. Oh, by the way, to the HTC people who are watching this Facebook Live, you know what? I do it not in the group. I'm doing it outside the group, because I'm so used to that already. Okay, so that's it. Bye-bye. Jack Wong here, signing off. Best wishes.